Today I'm back with another quick video. Just a couple of things I was thinking about that I felt like sharing. So today I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of being a full-time illustrator or working full-time on art. At least according to my experience and what I have found out when I was going through that path. So this is what I found out. So first we are going to start with the pros. The first, well, I believe they're all equal, but one of the biggest pros that of course it was the main reason for me to want even to start being an illustrator and working on my passion, it's because indeed it was my passion. It was the thing that I would do whenever I had free time. It was my hobby, and so working on illustration and gaining money while doing the thing I love the most was obviously for me the biggest gift. And yeah, it stayed like that for a long time. I was feeling really blessed to be able to do that. Of course, now within that, sometimes your passion kind of changes, also depending on the project that you are working on. But especially in the beginning, of course, and I guess it happens in all new jobs and all new activities, especially those that we were really wanting to try. We get really excited, and so each challenge, it's like we have now another opportunity to practice again on our craft. And that was one of the biggest points for me. Now the second pro, for me, in my opinion, and one of the main things that I prioritize in my life is that I was able to do my own time management. Of course, this depends on the types of work that you'll accept at one time, how many projects, however, but you are your own boss. I mean, if you are working as a freelancer, of course you can work also and have a contract with a company. This, I guess, is going more towards the perspective of working as a freelance. That's what I mainly did. And of course you can accept what type of work do you want, of course depending on your offers, but you can decide the time with your clients and you can give your own terms. You are not working on other people's schedules. Of course that requires a bit of organization, and in the beginning it might be a bit challenging, but that for me was always one of the biggest plus. I was able to schedule my time to the point that if I was feeling very drained, I would be able to take a day off or a couple of hours off and then continue a bit later. So that was one of the biggest ones for me. And another big one that I thought was that of course I could always, and I was always practicing, depending on whatever job it was, whatever thing they would ask me to draw. I noticed a huge improvement since I started drawing until the end. Like I said in my last video, over here I think, I started when I started freelancing. That's practically when I started learning how to do digital art. I really needed a big improvement, and working on a different drawing every day, even as simple as it was, I can guarantee you I did such an amazing improvement that I was like, in the beginning I felt like a little stiff, like even trying to organize a concept and trying to put it into paper, and then as the months would pass, it would just become so much quicker and I would become so much more confident in my own skills, because of course it starts like muscle memory. Your muscles know exactly what to do and you already learn a few tricks by yourself and it gets so much easier. And that was one of the biggest things ever, because I guess in that time especially I would always have an excuse to draw, and was my dream, and I was able to do that for a while. Very thankful for that. And after these 3 pros, we go then to 3 cons. 3 different cons that I thought of. Especially as a freelance, one of the biggest ones that might turn a lot of people off is that you won't have that constant income or the constant amount. You can have much more than a normal job, you can have much less. It depends on the work that you put towards looking for new clients or to find ways for new clients to get you. And that is one of the trickiest things. I was able to get a handle of that for a while, going to different freelance sites and getting a bit of visibility there. But then I kind of lost that wave and now I'm here trying to start anew. But yeah, I will tell you in a couple of months how that is going. Since you are being your own job, there's a lot of different skills that is really important for you to have and to dedicate your time to. Not only drawing, but also marketing yourself and putting yourself in websites or places where people can find you. And then, of course, having people skills and talking with clients and organizing schedules and learning how to speak your thoughts and to give honest opinions. And that is also a whole new world by itself. And for clients to feel that you are trustworthy, but also at the same time for them to know that it's not only their terms that apply. You also have to be a bit firm sometimes. And that was a very interesting skill that I had to develop. Also because you are also the one valuing yourself, you are putting a price to your own time and to your own effort. And so it's really important. But I guess that would be one of the biggest cons. But you learn a ton with it. So it's a cool challenge. And I guess I kind of said the second one, that you have to look for more. So these were two in one. You always have to constantly look for work and you have to be the one doing it. So no one will do it for you. It gets to a time where people start spreading the word, and sometimes I still do get some clients through that. But since I'm not looking actively for jobs right now, in a way, it's very sporadic. You really have to have a huge audience or reach in order for that to be so much more constant to you. And if you are depending only on that to sustain yourself, you will probably need in the beginning to have a part-time or something else to support you if, of course, you have responsibilities and bills and all of that. And then the third one, it was the biggest con that I felt. It was a bit surprising for me that I noticed, since I was always forcing myself to draw what other people wanted, what clients wanted, and of course filling a lot of schedules and doing that because I needed to, because I wanted to get some money, I kind of lost my passion for drawing for a while. I wasn't able to draw for myself because each time I would stop, I didn't felt like drawing anymore. I just felt tired. And I wasn't really able to manage it very well. And so, in a way, I guess I kind of experienced burnout, and I wasn't even able to think about drawing for a big while. And that's kind of how I lost this flow of clients and how I felt like starting from the beginning also, with a lot of things happening at the same time. So it was a challenging one, very interesting, because I thought that since I loved drawing since I was a child, that passion would maintain, but you do need also some skills and to really protect yourself and to be sure that you are managing your time in order that you are working on commissions and for other people. But it's so important also for you to have a period for yourself where you are working on your own stuff, or maybe doing fan art. That was the way that I used to unlock myself, doing really simple fan art, not expecting myself to do anything perfect, not expecting myself to do anything sellable, because that started to get into my head. I would always want to draw something that I felt people would buy. And I wouldn't allow myself to draw things that were just because I liked them, or to draw characters that I felt people don't know these characters, people wouldn't buy anything related to these characters, even my own characters. Why would I draw my own characters if no one knows them, if no one would want to buy them? And that's really not true. And even if they wouldn't, you are doing it because it's for your own well-being. It's connected to your own mental health in a way. And that was one of the biggest challenges, and also what I learned with that experience. And I feel that if I am able to get to that spot again where I'm only working full-time on art, whatever form that might be, and I feel I'll be able to achieve this somewhat soon. I'm an optimistic person. I think I will try and manage things in a different way. Of course, we will see, but at least now I know what is waiting for me on the other side if I am not very careful with my time management on that. Of course, this then depends on a lot of things, of also not being too harsh on yourself, not being too critical, because this will bring also a lot of insecurities to the surface, and that did for me. I felt like I wasn't able to draw anymore because, of course, my creative flow was dry, because I wasn't drawing anything that would pull this passion up again. I was just drawing other people's characters, sometimes about stories and topics that I wouldn't even believe in many times, and that was a big clash. I also had to learn that it was very interesting. But I guess, in this really quick video, this was the thing I wanted to share. These little pros and cons that I was thinking about, also to keep connecting with all of you and to be able to do something fun once in a while here on YouTube. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this. Do you remember, or have you worked in art, and do you feel there are more cons and other pros also that I haven't mentioned here? I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know them, or please share them, or I don't know what I'm saying. We'll see you here on the next video, hopefully. Follow me on my Instagram, social media, all of that. Links on the description. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye everyone. Have a nice, wonderful, beautiful day.